What would you do if a stranger said your wife's full name at 2 a.m. like he owned her? Have you ever felt your relationship change? Not because of evidence, but because your instincts refuse to stay quiet? That's how it started for me. No screenshots, no confessions, just a slow, silent shift in the way my wife existed around me. She guarded her phone like it held her pulse. She laughed softer, explained less, locked things she never locked. When I asked if everything was okay, she said I was overthinking. Funny thing is, that's what people say when they want you to doubt your own reality. Then came the voicemail. 2:07 a.m. A stranger said her full name, slowly, carefully, like he'd practiced it. Not affectionate, not emotional, controlled, possessive, like he owned the situation he was stepping into. And in that moment, I knew. This wasn't a harmless secret. This was something designed to stay hidden. The real pain isn't the lie. It's when the lie becomes part of your daily life. After that voicemail, I saw patterns I'd been too tired or too trusting to see. She came home late, smelling like a cologne I didn't own. She'd scroll for hours, then suddenly turn gentle with me, too gentle, resetting the mood before I could ask anything real. Every question I asked somehow became my fault. I was insecure, controlling, impossible. But her stories felt rehearsed. Her co-workers hesitated when I casually mentioned her late shifts. By then, I wasn't searching for proof. I was preparing for impact. At what point does trusting your gut matter more than trusting your partner? One night, she left for another late shift. But something in me finally snapped. I followed, not for drama, but because silence had become unbearable. She didn't drive toward work. She crossed town to a row of closed shops and parked like she was early for something she didn't want to do. She kept checking her mirrors. Then a man approached, hood up, confident walk. When he spoke, my chest tightened. It was the same voice from the voicemail. She cracked her window. He leaned in. She flinched. Then she handed him an envelope. Thick, heavy. That's when I realized this wasn't romance. This was leverage. Why would someone cheat and then act terrified instead of guilty? The next few days felt wrong. Not explosive, not distant, just tense. She wasn't hiding joy. She was hiding fear. One night she rushed inside and a black hotel keycard slid from her coat. When I picked it up, she didn't get angry. She panicked, real, shaking panic, as if that little card could ruin everything. Before she could explain, her phone lit up with a name I'd never seen. I answered. He didn't ask who I was. He simply said, "Did she tell you yet?" She lunged at me screaming, "Don't say anything." And right then I understood. I wasn't her confidant anymore. Someone else held that position. That night, she begged me to leave with her. Right then, no explanation, no plan, just disappear with her. I asked why. She whispered, "Because he won't stay quiet forever." That sentence told me everything she'd refused to say for months. This wasn't about love. This wasn't guilt. This was fear. Fear of exposure. Fear of humiliation. Fear of me finally seeing who she really was behind the life we built. She wasn't protecting our marriage. She was protecting herself. Later that week, she left again, and I followed. Again. Empty parking lot, cold air, flickering streetlight. He was already there, standing like someone who controlled the score. He didn't greet her, just said, "You promised you'd handle this." She told him I was asking questions. His jaw tightened. Not anger, annoyance, like he was losing control of something he believed he owned. And then she said it. He doesn't know who you are. I made sure of it. She hadn't just hidden an affair. She had hidden me. As they argued, something slipped from her jacket. A second phone. A burner. Its screen was open. Messages glowing under the streetlight. Hotels, payments, threats, promises. And one message from him. If you don't pay by Friday, I'll tell him everything, even the part you left out. He hissed. I told you to destroy that. That's when I stepped out of the shadows. She froze. He didn't. His eyes scanned me, not shocked, just measuring. He didn't look like a lover. He looked like someone who survived on fear. She broke down. She said it started as a mistake, then months, then control. That he never loved her. He owned her choices. Every envelope, every lie, every panic attack, all to keep him from telling me the truth. But then came the twist she never expected him to reveal. He looked at me and said, "You really think this started with her?" She went silent. He smirked. She didn't cheat for excitement. She cheated to hide what she did before you. I stared at her. She stared at the ground. He continued, "Tell him about the money. Tell him about the job you lost. Tell him why you needed me in the first place." Her face broke. And suddenly, I realized the cheating wasn't the beginning. It was the cover-up. She begged me to stay, begged me to forgive her, promised therapy, promised honesty, promised it would all end. But I finally saw the truth. She hadn't protected our marriage. She had protected her secrets, long before the cheating ever started. I didn't yell. I didn't curse. I simply packed. When I took off my wedding ring, she whispered, "Is this really the end?" I left the ring on the table and said, "It belongs to the version of you who existed before the lies became your identity." I walked out, not healed, not victorious, just free. Hours later, as I sat in my car, my phone buzzed. A blocked number, a voicemail, the same voice. He said, "If you want the part she never told you, call me back." And just like that, I realized the truth has layers she never intended me to peel back.